Hey, this is Ken from Favorite Sons, and here's our hip clip. I mean, when I started doing music, the idea initially was just, it seemed like somewhere where you could be yourself and it would be okay. Like you can be a mess, even, but still somehow looser people can do okay in that world, you know, because I never felt very rooted, or I never really had a sense of what the hell was going on. It all seemed so bizarre to me. I used to purely work metaphorically, like almost to the point of abstraction, but on this I tried not. People are always using words like hallucination and stuff to do with me. I don't know what it is. I tend to write visually. I tend to see a picture in my head and then I just write it down. I think you, as an artist, a serious artist, you have to be willing to just go a little further into yourself. Most of the things I've done up to that point were conceptual, from their very essence, but this one I sort of wanted to see what would just come out, and it was a difficult time in my life, so it really is a piece of reporting of my life at that time, and I'd never done that before, so that was the concept was a non-concept album, if you want. I don't have any separation between reality and what is real or not real. I find it all, I mean, it's all real, right? I mean, I made a decision very young that there was two routes to the place I wanted to be, and one was to be academic about it and study it and really absorb as much as you could, or the other was to actually forego that, and I forego that. I don't actually listen to a lot of music. I called Epistles and Girls because it was almost supposed to be a provocation, like it didn't really mean anything. Our bass player's friends, unbeknownst to us, made a video for this song, and they picked the song, and we had no idea they were even making it. So when I saw it, which was a great experience, I had no input in it, I had no idea it was even being done. And when I first saw it, I thought, oh, here we go, this art student video. But by the end of it, you start to really feel for that guy. Like, I thought it was really, and everybody who's watched this says the same thing. It starts off, they're like, oh, typical, you know, student video, but you're really pulling for that guy by the end. No looking down, no looking. And I think they really captured the spirit of the song, the idea of what's heroic, what's not heroic. Is indeed anything heroic, or is it just some sort of romantic idea we have in our head that doesn't really exist? And I like the way he does it alone. He has his victory without any witnesses. And you really expect him to violently tear apart that dragon, but he does it with sort of reluctance, which the whole song is actually strangely about. It's like about nonsense bravado, you know, like what's more heroic, to have bravado or to not have it. So that was the whole, like, no looking down on me, but I don't even know who I'm saying that to. So is there people looking down on me? But that idea of what a man is supposed to be in the world and the way he stands at the, and even the us against the world. I don't know who I'm singing that. Us against the world. I'm just, I suppose I'm hoping that there's people who will get it, so that's the us. The music I made like 15 years ago, people are starting to like now. I never really made very commercial music, so I never expected it to actually sell that much. So, in some ways, I wish Van Gogh had sold some paintings, so people wouldn't keep using that example. You know, he didn't sell any in his life. The idea of success for me is just how I feel inside of myself. So I don't consider myself a failure or a success. I don't actually really think about those things. Sweetheart, we're doing a new album. We've been writing. We've got like 50 new songs. Just I write a lot of songs, but this time I have my 16 track set up literally on my coffee table now, so that I can't avoid it. I tend to end up producing my own stuff anyway, even when we get a producer. So I don't want to. I hate too much talk in the studio. It's like, I've sat and had the most protracted, ridiculous arguments with people over a note that they haven't even heard. And then I go out, do it, and they're like, oh, I see what you mean now. Hallelujah. It's not that complicated. There's no geniuses in this. You know, it's just music, you know. Now